Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Rio Bravo by Howard Hawks, starring John Wayne and Dean Martin. I don't believe I've watched any films from this director before. As a matter of fact, I haven't watched any films from John Wayne or even Dean Martin for that matter, so this will be a pretty new experience for me. I really wanted to watch an old school John Wayne film, so I put up a poll on Patreon, and it was a close race between The Searchers and Rio Bravo. But at the end of the day, Rio Bravo won. I've also heard about The Searchers. I know that's like a super famous movie too, so I'm probably going to watch that somewhere along the line. But apart from this movie being a Western, I have no idea what to expect. I hear it's considered a classic, so I'm looking forward to that. But I also wanted to talk about something else. After I put up the poll on Patreon, a lot of my patrons commented that John Wayne was a somewhat controversial actor. I don't know too much about it, nor do I really want to look it up, at least still I've seen one of his films. I just wanted to say that I try and separate the art from the artist, like I did with many other controversial actors or directors and their movies that I review on the channel. But before we get into it, to help support the channel itself, I have a Patreon page for full-length reviews and reactions to this movie and over 230 movies, 2 TV shows, early access and weekly posts for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along, and the links in the description below. Please consider being a patron, please subscribe to the channel, click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos, like if you like this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Rio Bravo, Hawk, Wayne, Martin. Let's go. John Wayne, Dean Martin. If you have a Dean Martin film you'd like me to watch or review on the channel, please let me know, because I know he's like super famous. Oh, okay, it's based on a short story. And it has original songs, okay. It's definitely a Western, and I'm guessing it's set somewhere in the 1800s. I wonder whether this is one of those studio Westerns. By that I mean, it's mostly shot in studios rather than open locations. Okay. Oh. John Wayne. I am a little confused. Okay, that's one of the bad guys, I'm pretty sure. Look at his arrogant smile. It's interesting, it's been almost 5 minutes and nobody's spoken a single word yet. Is he the sheriff, John Wayne's character?
That's right, Joe. You're under arrest.
Maybe so, but don't turn around, Sheriff.
Anybody else you want besides Joe?
Huh. They're arresting this outlaw, but this outlaw's friends clearly don't like it. I like the set. It looks very worn out.
Aren't you the fellow the Mexicans used to call Shan?
Okay, Wayne's the sheriff.
Now, don't tell me what's going on. Just leave me wandering around in this fog. I like it. I'm getting used to it.
You want to take their guns?
Got any new men with you, Pat?
I'm riding guard.
Pretty young for that, aren't you?
A young gunslinger.
Fellow in the door there has a shotgun on him.
Stumpy, didn't I tell you?
I know, I'm going.
Stumpy.
But it seems to me that you've already got some trouble around here.
You're guessing right.
It so happens that part of my load there is fuel oil and dynamite. Now, would you like to have that sitting right next to you?
No,
No, I wouldn't. We've got Joe Burdett in here.
Joe Burdett.
Joe Burdett in jail, Nathan's brother?
That's right. There's men over there watching us. There he is. Can't make a move without him knowing.
Game-legged old man and a drunk. That's all you got?
That's what I got.
Pretty much.
Stumpy, didn't I tell you to stay out of sight?
There you go. I never can please you. I was just covering you in case of trouble. You can hear me back there, can't you, Joe?
I hear you all right, but I won't have to listen to you for very long.
He expects to get rescued.
Why don't you sit in here in place of Stumpy? I'd rather listen to a drunk than him. How you holding up, Borderchon? Hey, Chance, you gonna let him do that to me?
I'll do better than that.
I don't need any more.
Senor Chance, I've been looking for you. I have a message for you. See? Can you make the picture how she will look?
You sure you want me to do that?
No, senor.
Those things have great possibilities, but not for you.
What are you doing here?
Hey, Sheriff, you forgot your pants.
Oh man. Dude is going through withdrawals, and it says deputy sheriff, so that gives us a little more insight.
Have a bottle of beer, dude?
They're still offering him beer.
Doesn't do any good.
I mean, back in the day, beer wasn't very strong. Maybe 1 to 3% alcohol compared to like whiskey or something. I get why they're offering him beer.
You be all right?
Of course I'll be all right.
Well, let him get in there where you belong.
You got any particular reason for going out tonight?
Usually do. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Was this like a power move, showing that Chance is in charge? The sheriff? So far, the sets in this movie, they've been fairly well made, but I wouldn't say they were the best Western sets I've seen. And so far, the main conflict of the film has been Joe Burdett being arrested for murder, and the rest of the Burdett clan probably trying to free him.
You two know each other?
Yeah. What do you mean, been talking?
Look, anybody that sides in with me right now is liable to find themselves up to their ears in trouble.
And what are you gonna do?
Well, if you'd have come through 3 years ago, you wouldn't have stumbled over him. Dude was good.
Ah.
So, in the meantime, you have to take care of him, huh?
He's been doing a pretty good job at taking care of me.
He does feel responsible.
Why don't you let me help you? Why don't you deal me in?
You're not good enough.
I asked you over here because the sheriff's a friend of mine.
To go against the Burdett, Sheriff?
That's right.
Yep.
I'll tell you what I'm a lot better at, Mr. Wheeler. It's minding my own business.
I'd say he's pretty smart.
Well, I never expected that.
Hope you leave some of your luck with me.
I'll come back and give it to you next time.
I'll be out in a couple of minutes.
What does he see?
Well, Sheriff, what is it?
I was looking through the deck of cards you people were using. It's 3 cards short.
A rigged deck?
Why do you tell me?
I know everyone in that game except you and the fellow in the checkered vest.
So you're gonna have to prove I've got them. And the only way I know you can do that is to search me.
Search you?
That's right.
Dude, she's clearly flirting.
I don't think she has the cards, if that's what you're looking for. I think the fellow in the checkered vest has them. Keep your hands on the table, right where they are. Hold out.
There they are.
He's all yours, Sheriff.
Get up. I guess I was wrong about you having those cards.
Dude, they killed his friend. And it has to be Burdett's men, right? Why would they commit a murder out in the open like that?
He's dead. Didn't take him long, less than an hour after he offered to help.
Yeah, that's why he was shot.
I want to go with you.
You want to help get the man that killed your boss?
Wouldn't you?
I wouldn't have let him get shot.
I also believe this movie doesn't have a huge cast, and the town looks kind of deserted.
I wouldn't be standing there. He went into Burdett's saloon. He's still in there.
How do you know?
You can see both doors from here.
There's 8 or 10 Burdett men in there.
Oh, they're clearly outnumbered. Yeah, this is the Burdett saloon.
Begin with you, Charlie.
Are they planning to arrest them all?
Man we're looking for has muddy boots.
Dude. I'm guessing that's the man?
Dude, you've been seeing things again. You better have a drink.
Oh no, the blood's going to give it away.
Guess I'll take that drink now, Charlie.
Well played, dude.
It's the fellow we wanted.
I guess they'll let you in the front door from now on. Guess I prized him. But next time they'll be ready for you. Next time they'll shoot first and laugh afterwards.
Oh, listen to him.
I hear you got the man who shot Wheeler.
Dude did.
Thanks, dude.
If you or any of the rest are short eating money, I'll go good for it. I'll tell him at the hotel.
I wish you'd do that soon, before anything happens to you.
Ooh.
No offense again, Sheriff.
I mean, Colorado was honest, and he...
Nice to see a smart kid
There you
for
go.
a change.
He handed over the money and the gun.
I'd say he's so good he doesn't feel he has to prove it.
Ooh, a little overconfident?
How does a girl get herself on a handbill?
She gets married.
Anvil says he was a cheat.
He wasn't a cheat then. That came later, after his luck turned.
Ah.
You going home?
I haven't any.
If I'm asleep at sunup, wake me.
But it's not enough.
Will you?
And it looks like the sheriff made it through the night. Good for him.
I couldn't sleep anyway. I was just as well off out there in the hall.
And if anybody to come in, you'd yell before they shot you. Is that it?
She was out guarding him. I'm also actually enjoying the score of the movie, but it's so minimal. I wish they emphasized the score a little more.
I got orders to take your guns.
Suppose we don't want to give them up.
You're a smart man, Mr. Burdett. That's pretty stupid.
It's the other Burdett.
Hold it, Terrace! I want to see my brother.
You can come in. But that doesn't mean the rest of you.
What are all those people doing in town?
You don't like that, do you? Too many witnesses.
Yeah.
All right, Stumpy. Open up.
What's your password?
Come on.
Oh, I'm coming.
Oh man, I really like Stumpy.
If he says it wasn't murder, why do you say it was?
Man gets shot that's got a gun. There's room for reasonable doubt. Man gets shot that hasn't got a gun. What would you call it?
Murder.
If he committed 20 murders, you'd try and see he didn't hang for him.
I don't like that kind of talk.
And I don't like it when a friend of mine offers to help, and 20 minutes later he's dead.
Yep.
And I don't like you, Burdett, because you set it up.
And that's a direct accusation.
What are you gonna do about it?
Come on, Nathan. You can get me out of here.
Shut up, Joe.
You're not as smart as your brother.
Yeah, Nathan seems to have the brains.
Just one thing. Joe has friends. You can't hold Joe or me responsible for them.
I don't think Joe's got a friend in the world. And he won't have any unless somebody buys them for him at $50 a head.
Yep.
I won't make it any harder for you. I won't get in your way. I'll just be here.
If I weren't in this mess, it might be different.
If circumstances were different, I'd definitely date you. Oh! If he wasn't attracted to her before, he definitely is now. Like the music here. It's got that old Western feel. I wonder where the outdoor scenes they were shot, because the indoor scenes, they're definitely on stage.
Hear that music? He told the man to play it. The Mexicans played it for those Texas boys when they had them bottled up in the Alamo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Played it day and night till it was all over.
No quarter.
No mercy.
No mercy for the losers.
He's sending a message, Nathan. Good on you, Colorado.
Oh, the girl wasn't on the stage.
I know that.
She didn't leave.
Tell her she could stay. Another girl came through on stage and stopped over. I remember you told me she was no good. I didn't believe you, but you were right. I just hope you have better luck than I had.
At least he's finally joking about getting dumped and going through all that. He's getting his old guns back. He's earning the trust of the sheriff again.
Feathers, thanks for the shade. Might call on you again.
Her name's Feathers.
Oh, Carlos says he's not sleeping very well. Says I can help out downstairs.
Tending bar.
You think I shouldn't?
Well, why should it be up to me? Why should I care?
I don't know.
Chance, look out! That idiot just took a shot at me.
Stumpy?
Stumpy, you all right?
Sure I am, but there's a fella out there with a black hat that ain't.
Stumpy doesn't even recognize him. He looks so different, Dean Martin's character. Dude.
Stumpy, that was Dude you shot at.
Dude, I didn't know. But dude, you've been going around here for the last couple of years like something the cat dragged in, and now you expect...
Shut up!
And Stumpy looks like he feels a little guilty.
That old fool is talking because he nearly killed you. He's the one that's scared.
Carlos says this is for special guests. Tired, aren't you, John T?
She's being as direct as a woman can be in those times.
In case you make up your mind, I left my door open.
There you go, again. Oh, dude. I was right. He is rattled. Yep, the Burdett men are still watching, and I have a feeling something might happen. I have to admit, this is a very, very slow-moving Western.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
You go back to being yourself. Leastwise, I'm used to that.
Stay away from that rifle, Sheriff.
I knew it.
You can see we've still got our guns.
What have you done to him?
Don't worry about him.
Stay back here.
We're going down to the jail. You're gonna turn Joe Burdett loose, or you and your deputy are gonna quit worrying about this whole thing.
Just keep coming, mister.
Who, me?
Colorado help me.
If you'd have had him here instead of me, this wouldn't have happened.
I let him walk right up and stick my head in a water trough.
He's not confident in his abilities.
I'm good when I'm sober, boy. Real good.
Oh, man.
I guess dude's all right. Anyway, he's walking.
Each one of them had 2 new $50 gold pieces in his pocket.
Price is going up.
$100 per person.
Would you say my head is soft? Would you say I'm an idiot?
A little naive, maybe.
Why'd you make me do it?
I made you do
Sure
it.
you did, didn't he, Colorado?
I'm glad you didn't.
What?
Oh.
I'm glad you didn't go.
That's the first time he's saying something positive like that.
You know, Wheeler just talked about helping me. But you saved my neck.
Yep.
Burdett isn't gonna kiss you for that.
They're gonna come after him, and he's being warned.
Chance comes in here with 3 strangers and tells me to unlock that door. What do they think I'm gonna do?
Pop, pop, pop.
I'm gonna start blasting.
I don't doubt that.
Where'd you get that hat?
Stumpy.
Is he as good as I used to be?
It'd be pretty close. I'd hate to have to live on the difference.
Then you got the best of it.
And he's going back to drinking again. Or is he? Nah.
Don't close it.
Yeah, we're all proud of you, dude.
Didn't spill a drop.
Which means his hands are steady.
Because of a piece of music. Keep on playing it, I don't think I'll ever forget again.
And we all know what that song means.
You could clean up a little.
Yeah, you're a heck of a looking deputy.
The cattle go down to the stream.
Certainly has a voice.
Purple eye.
I'm guessing they're still waiting for the marshals to come. And I almost feel like this scene is the calm before the storm. They're all united now, and they're singing and laughing together. And I don't expect all 4 to survive. I just hope it's not Stumpy.
Oh, my rifle, pony, and me.
Good stuff.
I wish I was an apple.
That's a good one.
Hanging in the tree. She threw her arms around me. I thought my time had come to get along home, sing.
Yeah, the original songs for this movie, they're very good.
I'll marry you sometime.
Burdett's shown his hand. He isn't gonna rush this jail. Everything he's tried's been outside.
Come on, I'll take a bath while you gather up the stuff.
Well, yeah, when you get back, because you look different when you're clean.
You definitely do, dude.
How you do that?
I can
It's
actually...
easy, Carlos. You just
Yeah, I
won't
can actually
watch
do
him.
that, by the way. There's quite a bit of sleight of hand there. Oh, man.
Don't make any noise.
Something I should have done 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah. Nathan wouldn't be crazy enough to attack a jail.
I don't want to be the one to go up and get him.
Burdett wants him alive. Now, lady, we want you to call the sheriff down here.
Please don't. No!
Well, that definitely got the sheriff's attention, but...
Come on, get up.
In almost every Western I've seen so far, the local sheriff's always under attack. I wonder whether it was like this in real life back in the day.
You just get Joe killed.
Not if he knows we got you two.
Look, Chance, they got us. We're licked.
You still think it's a good idea?
I still think it's good.
Yell to Stumpy you're coming in. We've been watching you.
All right. Open up. We're gonna let Joe go.
How come?
They're gone. They took Dude just a moment ago when they heard the shooting.
They say dude set a trap for them.
He knew what he was doing. Knew what Stumpy had
Yeah.
done, too.
Dude counted on Stumpy to start shooting, which he did.
Tell him to set the time and the place. But I want to talk to him. What's the matter?
He said if you want Dude back, he'll make a trade.
Tell him we'll be there. Stumpy, you're not going.
Why? Why ain't they going? Give me one good reason. Why?
But out there, if anything happens, you'll have to move and move fast.
There's a reason why you're called Stumpy.
Plain enough. Old cripples ain't wanted.
Oh.
Well,
I told you I'd get out of here.
Open your mouth again and we'll carry you out.
I just hope Colorado or Stumpy doesn't die. Oh man.
Start, Dude. I'll start Joe.
The music is ramping up. Something is again about to happen.
Look out!
Dude, he isn't giving up that easy.
He'll take Joe, all right.
You're right.
Two of them made it to that shack.
Oh? Dude, it's Stumpy!
That wagon's full of dynamite.
jumping G Horsefest. Why don't nobody never tell me nothing? I brought some dynamite.
It's a good idea.
Oh, he's a good shot. He's actually using the dynamites as grenades. Ooh, that's a decent explosion.
Took you too!
Oh! That's what I've been waiting for.
Look at them quick!
That was awesome. And it looks like most of them are giving up. Looks like they all survived too.
She might need a little help making up her mind. But you're the expert. Me, I don't know anything about women. If you want to jump in, I'll take care of you.
Hi, John T.
Look at her.
But you don't like them.
I didn't say that I didn't like them.
And you don't want me to wear them.
He's a little jealous.
I wore these before I met you. I wanted you to know it. You're gonna have to say you want me.
You wear those things in public, I'll arrest you.
Now, why didn't you want me to wear them?
Because I didn't want anybody but me to see you in them.
Finally, some straightforward answers.
You think I'll ever get to be a sheriff?
Not unless you mind your own business.
And yeah, the film ends here. That was a good movie. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was a solid Western. I wouldn't go as far as to say it was my favorite, but I really liked what Howard Hawks presented us here. I thought the main strengths of the film were its story, followed by some strong performances, the score, and some of the cinematography, whereas the editing was okay. The pacing was a little slow for my tastes, and I expected more action considering this was a Western, but that's also forgivable because the story itself was pretty good. Let's start with the directing by Howard Hawks and the script by Jules Furthman and Lee Brackett. I'd say that even though the pacing was slow, it did feel deliberate. I guess the writers and director wanted to show a small town and the mostly quiet life the people live there, well, until the murder happens and everything changes. The story was a little predictable, but what really surprised me that none of the good guys died at the end. I didn't expect that, but I wonder whether killing off Dean Martin's dude would have been a better narrative choice or not. Hear me out. That character was played excellently and with a lot of nuance by Dean Martin. He went through a lot, overcoming alcoholism, and having the character heroically sacrifice himself at the end probably would have put more weight into his storyline, in my opinion. Walter Brennan's Stumpy was probably my favorite character in the entire movie. He was unpredictable and somewhat predictable at the same time. That was a great contradiction to watch, especially how on edge he was all the time, just shooting. I also enjoyed Rick Nelson as Colorado, the young gunslinger. His character was brave and a breath of fresh air in this almost aging and old town. He proved his loyalty quite a few times, and I liked how he was appointed deputy sheriff near the end. He really earned that. Angie Dickerson's feathers was also very entertaining to watch. Her character was a little mysterious. Also, I liked how direct she was. I don't think she had any fear in her. I'd consider her character to be a large motivational factor for John T. Chance's character development and change over time. I also noticed that apart from her and Consuela, Carlos's wife, there were no other women in this entire movie. I don't believe we've even seen anybody in the background around the town. Well, that's kind of the 1950s for you. That's okay though. Anyways, I thought John Wayne did a good job with his performance as Chance. The actor can clearly command the screen, and I'd say his presence on stage was pretty intimidating most of the time. The antagonists of the story, Joe and Nathan, the brothers Burdett's, they were not given too much focus or attention. And I feel like that was very intentional by the filmmakers. It was not about them or the action or even the central conflict itself. It was mostly about our protagonists, their interactions, and how they reacted to increasingly hostile situations. And that's why, even though I would consider this to be a somewhat traditional Western, the focus wasn't on the action or the gunslinging. It was more about the story itself and the characters, the protagonists in particular. Moving on to the production end, starting with the cinematography, which was surprisingly good, especially the darker shots during the sunsets, the contrast and the shadows. They were beautiful. I don't think the actual camera work was very creative though. Most of the shot compositions were very static. The camera barely moved. I like the fact that they were full framed, but the director favored a very fixed focal lens, and I don't think that was changed throughout the movie. I wouldn't go as far as to say that it was bad, but I'm guessing that had more to do with budgetary issues and the extremely tight scheduling these 50s films had. Like, they didn't have time to be super creative because they had small budgets, and like Hollywood was churning out 50 movies a year. The 50s were known for that, even the 40s, I'd say. The good news is that a good chunk of the budget was very well spent on the props, sets, and costumes, which looked and felt fairly authentic. The editing, though, was a little hit and miss for me. A lot of shots didn't line up very well during the cuts, and I did spot quite a few continuity errors, but thankfully they were minor and I didn't feel like they affected the plot. The pacing, on the other hand, was a little too slow in my opinion. The second act of the film did drag on too long, but I also enjoyed the interactions between the characters in those scenes, so it's a double-edged sword. Finally, a big highlight of the film was the excellent score and the original songs. I'll definitely be looking those songs up after the review, and I did feel like the composer and the director worked well together and used the score fairly effectively throughout the runtime. The Foley work, the non-diegetic sounds, and the overall sound design, that was very good too. And although I felt like some of those sound effects were a little exaggerated, like when they were shaving or some of the explosion sounds at the end, I thought it kind of worked with the film's theme, so good stuff there overall. As I've talked about my criticisms already, overall, Rio Bravo was a very good Western. It wasn't the best I've seen so far, but the directing and storytelling by Howard Hawks, they were solid. Most of the characters were fairly realistic and had agency and weight to them. The performances from John Wayne, Dean Martin, Walter Brennan especially, and Angie Dickenson were great though. I also enjoyed the score and the cinematography. And although I thought the pacing was a little slow and the focus wasn't on the action and the gunslinging, these were interesting characters who held my attention the entire runtime. If you go into this expecting a lot of good old-fashioned shooting and, again, gunslinging, I'd probably say you'd be disappointed. But I would recommend this film for fans of slow, and good storytelling. Do let me know which Dean Martin film I should watch next, as I really enjoyed his layered performance here. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a Patreon. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video. Dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.